Can reading and writing help you battle depression? I believe so. See, I've helped hundreds of people write their books through Dream Starters Publishing, and I'm able to see firsthand how special it is to write a book. You know, what you feel like, the positivity that comes from it, the control. You feel special after you write a book. So I did some research and I found out that there's data that proves that if you read and write consistently, it helps you battle depression. I'm going to share some of this data with you. So let's get into it. Researchers at Carnegie Mellon, is that right? Carnegie Mellon? Wow. See, I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and there's a college nearby that is Carnegie Mellon University. And I actually dated a few people from Carnegie Mellon. So if you're out there, if you're a part of this study, or if you're watching, how you doing? Boop. Back on topic. Researchers at Carnegie Mellon found that the volume of brain matter increased in people reading over a 6-month daily period, improving participants' brain structure and ability to learn in 6 months. If you read for 6 months straight, or if you write for 6 months straight, your brain matter becomes a little bit more structured and you're able to operate at a higher efficiency. Right out of the gate, 6 months. 19% of readers and writers say reading helps them feel less lonely. 19%, almost 1 out of 5 people will say that if they read every day or if they write every day, they will feel less lonely. 1 out of 5. Did you know that statistics show that 1 out of 5 businesses succeed after 5 years? So you're telling me that 1 out of 5 people feel better on a day-to-day basis from reading and writing. Power of reading and writing is real. Non-readers, get this guys, non-readers are 28% more likely to report feelings of depression. If you're out there and you see someone who is battling with depression, maybe instead of going up there with a bunch of pills and all kinds of man-made stuff, maybe you say, do you read? Do you write? If you don't, maybe you start, because I would assume if you're battling depression, maybe it could be solved. Maybe you could do something about it. Reading does something to the brain that, well, I'll show you a couple things about it, but it does something to the brain that it helps you become a more better problem solver. It helps you start to put things in perspective. It starts to distract your mind from things that may be right in front of you on your day-to-day basis, that you're able to put your mind somewhere else, and all of a sudden, these things that you thought were so important are really not that significant. Clarity and purpose and being able to connect the dots. Reading and writing does something to your brain that very few people are talking about. And if 28%, non-readers are 28% more likely to feel feelings of depression. Almost 30%. That's scary. Researchers at the University of Sussex, this is a little bit different of a school, found reading for just 6 minutes every day may reduce the stress up to 68%. So let's break this down. If you're feeling stressed out, it's probably because you are analyzing things at such a high degree and it may feel like chaos. It's chaotic. It's something that maybe is not manageable at that time. But if you read, what is this doing? Maybe it's structuring the brain. Maybe it's putting things in place. Maybe you're able to break everything down in a certain way so your brain can comprehend it easier. And this research shows that if you just read for 6 minutes, read or write for 6 minutes every day, it may reduce stress up to 68%. That can change your life. Stress will cause so many health issues. It'll change your sleeping pattern. It will also affect your heartbeat, which means you are probably going to be a little bit more jittery. Your immune system's probably going to go down whenever you have high stress. So if you're able to read for 6 minutes every day and it drops the stress level and your immune system goes up, your body functions at a better rate. You're more clear. You're more positive. Imagine what that's going to do for your life. It's been found that reading and writing enhances our attention spans. The structure of stories helps kids' brains process things in a sequence. As I was telling you before, you're able to like organize things in your life and within the story and within the chapter or book that you're writing, which holds their attention for longer, enables clear thinking. So if your attention span actually increases from reading and writing, what's that going to do? You're able to stay focused on a problem and solve it. You're able to stay focused on a problem and solve it. Which means if you solve enough problems in your life and you stay focused on them, you are going to have a better life as a result. All comes down from reading and writing. And this isn't where you're spending hours and hours. It could be 6 minutes. It could be a chapter a day. Picking up a book and reading, or sitting down for 10 minutes and writing. You become someone different. This gives you this sword. This gives you this ability to take back your life. By reading and writing, you're doing something to the brain where it allows you to be in control of your brain. Depression, in some aspects, can be managed by you controlling your brain. So if you are able to abide by a few things when it comes to reading and writing, you can battle depression. You can start to feel a little bit better about your life. And this is the kicker, guys. I want to end it with this one. In countries where many adults read more, households are likely to have higher incomes. Now, I don't have all the data in front of me, but if you do your own research, you're able to find out that income level does equate to a certain positivity or depression level. When depression is amongst many people, it's not all the time, so don't quote me on this. It's obvious that depression usually leads or comes from or is a part of people who have lower income. And the reason why is because they have less options. They have less control. I've met a lot of people who have tons of money and they're depressed. So it's not all the case. Don't think that. But if you're able to read and write consistently, and it will lead to higher income, you're going to have a little bit more control of your life and potentially, or most likely, guaranteed, be a better problem solver to solve those issues that are nagging you and beating you up inside. Jordan Peterson, a great author, great speaker out there, always talks about if you can read, if you can write, if you're articulate, then you're unstoppable. Then you are unstoppable. You can formulate conversation. You can communicate very well. You can stand up for yourself in an eloquent manner. You can do things with your voice, with your writing, with your skill sets, with your comprehension. It gives you power back in your life. So if you can read, if you can write, and if you're articulate, you're unstoppable. Remember that. Those who are unstoppable will feel less lonely, a little bit more positive, take back their life, be more in control, be more authoritative, gain influence, gain income, and beat depression. So next time, if you're sitting there and depression comes up to you and says, hey, you want a taste? You just look into those eyes of depression and you say, I gotta read. I gotta write. And that's how you win against depression. My name is Mike Fallat. I own Dream Starters Publishing. We're here to help your story get a lot